Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Metapoods, today I'm your coach for the Texan Clearbodies in season number 2 of the Alola International. This is our week 5 battle against Mr. Fake Drive, the coach of the New York Metapoods. This is our week 5 game, like I said. The team builder for our week 5 game went up earlier today. If you have not seen that, it should be linked in the description. If it is not, it's in the playlist that is linked in the description with all of our Alola International games up to this point. I encourage you to check out the team builder because that describes what team I bought, why I bought it, and just my thought processes behind that, behind the team. So yeah, today we do have a comment question of the day. The comment question of the day, as the layout says, is what is your favorite Pokemon in competitive, period, whether it's League or not, and why? So I'm going to go ahead and answer that question for you guys really quick, and I'm bad about asking these comment questions, so I encourage you to let me know what your thoughts are down below on whether we have comment questions today, or as well as your answer to the question of the day, which is, as I said, favorite Pokemon, competitive or League format. And I'm going to go ahead and answer for both categories, competitive and League format. My favorite competitive Pokemon to use, period, is Metagross, because of not only the fact that it's our mascot for the channel, but also because it is dangerously powerful. 150 speed is respectable. Base 110, sorry. Base 110 speed is respectable. Base 145 attack stat, dangerous little fool. Mega Metagross, if used correctly, has the power to rip through holes. If it has the right moves on it, can rip through entire teams on its own. So that right there is why I like Mega Metagross. Let me know what you guys' favorite competitive Pokemon is. And my favorite League format Pokemon has to be Mew. Only because of the fact that Mew serves so many different roles, so many different things, and it's all purpose. It's a base 100 mon all around, so it does everything. It is physically offensive, physically defensive, especially defensive, mixed defensive, especially offensive, Z-Crystal user, utility, support, everything. And that right there makes Mew my favorite Pokemon in the competitive scene, in my opinion. But be sure to let me know down below what you guys' opinions are as far as favorite competitive or League format, or one or the other, or all. You know, I'd love to see what you guys have to say about this, and I'd like to get an idea about you guys, and I'd love to have the conversation with you guys. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in to the battle itself, because like I said, this is our week 5 battle against your boy, Mr. Fake Drive, and his New York Metapoods. So let's go ahead and jump on into team preview here, shall we? On our side, you see I have Crobat, I have Jolteon, I have Mega Pinsir, Vaporeon, Mew, and Ferrothorn. On my opponent's side, he brings Galvantula, Tapu Bulu, Heatran, Armaldo, Suicune, and Espeon. So let me cover the team just a little bit for you guys. We have a Raconberry Crobat, which is our designated lead with Taunt to stop his webs from going up. We have just enough speed to outspeed everything on his team besides the Zygarde, because I don't know. Well, I might be outspeeding the Zygarde as an Adamant set. I don't remember exactly. The team builder will tell you more than I will. Next we have Jolteon, which is Life Orb with Hidden Power Ice, Substitute, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, 116 HP, 140 speed, Timid Nature, I believe, max special attack. Substitute just because I don't have a fourth move I need to have there. Hidden Power Ice for Zygarde, Tapu Bulu, things like that, obviously. Thunderbolt and Volt Switch are obvious. The Armaldo doesn't stop me from it. Heatran doesn't stop me from it. So Volt Switch, Thunderbolt are obvious. Next we have Mega Pinsir, Earthquake, Standard Set, Quick Attack, Earthquake, Close Combat, Frustration. I don't remember the set on this one. I think it's like 36 HP with the rest of it in speed. I think 216 Jolly or 220 Jolly or something like that with max attack, Jolly Nature. Pretty much tearing through teams here. Vaporeon, I believe, has Ice Beam, Scald, Toxic Protect, I believe is the fourth move. This is a defensive Mew, physical defensive Mew. more so. Next thing we have physically defensive Vaporeon. Sorry. Next thing we have is an offensive offensive Mew with the Electrium Z to break the Suicune. We have Thunder, Focus Blast, Ice Beam, and Psychic, I believe is the fourth move. 60 speed, a little bit of special defense, max HP, or the rating HP value of 168, 4 in each defense, max special attack, and then the rest of it is in speed. 60 speed and some special defense in this, but not too much of it. And then Ferrothorn is a bit of a funky set. This week we have Rapid Spin. I believe I have Power Whip on there. Power Whip, I'm not sure. But Gyro Ball, Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, and Knockoff for sure. Knockoff for Espeon, Gyro Ball to 1-hit KO. A non-bulky Tapu Bulu. Stealth Rock and Rapid Spin are obvious. But that is our team preview here. He has his Galvantula, Tapu Bulu, Heatran, Armaldo, which is his Rapid Spinner, Suicune, which is probably physically defensive, and a Life Orb Espeon potentially. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump on into this one. As I said, our lead designation is Crobat, and his will be Galvantula because webs. So with all that being said, let's jump on in. Make sure the volume is all the way up for you guys. It is. Okay, so let's go. So we lead with our Crobat, which is Vaconberry, like I said in team preview. It's Vaconberry to be able to be in this specific situation. He leads with Galvantula. I can taunt him, and then you turn out or hard switch out in a Jolteon after taunting him, being able to live after the Vaconberry. So that's the plan. He leads off with Galvantula, like I said. I see you, the Galvantula. I make a relatively decent misplay at the beginning here, not realizing the speed tiers. Not that I made a mistake in team building, but I didn't realize that Galvantula actually ends up being faster this turn than my Crobat, even though I'm built to outspeed Crobat, or with Crobat, naturally. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to fire off a Thunder. My Vaconberry is going to pop, like I said. And we're going to go ahead and chew up this Thunder. With the Vaconberry, it's supposed to do about 60% minimum, or maximum rather. He does about 60% with the Vaconberry popping, and I'm able to taunt him, stopping him from putting webs up permanently throughout this game, which is fabulous. But I didn't realize until I looked back at it that he was actually a Scarfed Galvantula. I make the hard switch because I realized, oh wait, he's faster than me. I don't know how he's faster than me. I contemplated, like, well, how is he faster than me? But he ended up being faster than me because he's a Scarfed Galvantula. I didn't realize this till late game. But I went ahead and switched out Crobat as a hard switch in the Jolteon with the Volt Absorb in place. So Kideen is going to come out. Jolteon is going to, it's shiny. It was misbred. It's shiny. It shouldn't be shiny, but it is. It's fine. Here's the Thunder. Volt Absorb comes out, which is great. And he's going to switch out because he is Scarfed. He can't do anything. Into Red Bull, his Tapu Bulu, which is going to come in and put up the Grassy Surge. I'm going to go ahead and fire off a safe Thunderbolt because it seemed like a decent play. He is max HP because that should have done a little bit more. It should have been able to 2-hit KO it, but it is somewhat specially defensive based on that. But it is not a 2-hit KO. Life Orb is going to come off. And I'm like, okay, well, this is going to hurt me because he's probably Choice Banded or Adamant or something like that. So I'm going to take Grassy Surge as he does as well. And I'm going to make the play out with Volt Switch, I believe. Nope, I make a hard switch. I don't know why I made a hard switch. Into our Ferrothorn. Okay, I remember why. Because I feared him being Scarfed Tapu Bulu with Horn Leech. So I was like, okay, I can't risk him being Scarfed because I'm not Scarfed. I can't risk him being Scarfed, so I'm going to make the hard switch into Ferrothorn, which is my wall against this thing. So Ferrothorn's going to come in. We have a Ferrothorn set, which, if you didn't see in the team builder, the Ferrothorn set is actually designed to take a to take a superpower from a choice banded adamant max attack Tapu Bulu with below 50% resulting after the Chople Berry pops. Which means I should be able, once he takes the defense drop, to one-hit KO him with Gyro Ball. So he's going to go ahead and fire off a safe Rock Slide. Excuse me. He's going to fire off a safe Rock Slide. And you're going to see how little that does because we are mostly physically defensive. Grassy Surge for the both of us, obviously. We both get HP back. And I'm pretty much at full HP now, which is fabulous. So he's going to switch out Fearing the Gyro Ball, or any attack that I go for, into his Heatran, which is his designated switch to this, as I fire off the safe Gyro Ball in attempts to KO him. That does nothing to Heatran because it's physically defensive. He gets Grassy Surge recovery, and I get Grassy Surge recovery, and we're back at full HP now. And I fear the fire type move, so I make the switch into Vaporeon, which is my safe response to this. My Vaporeon comes in. He fires off the Lava Plume, I believe. Nope, he fires off the Flamethrower. And because we're physically defensive, that's actually going to do something relatively decent damage. Not too much, but not too little. This turn, he's going to pull out something really interesting. And this is my mistake for not realizing that this thing gets this. But, you know, his Zygarde is a Z-Crystal user, but he didn't bring it. So he didn't have a Z-Crystal user. Instead, he's going to fire this off. He's going to fire off a Solar Beam. And I'm like, okay, fine. Solar Beam takes 2 turns. Big deal. I'm going to Scald him, and then I'm going to switch out. You know, we're good, right? Right? Nope. Power Herb, Solar Beam in the face, off of a Grassy Surge boosted Solar Beam is going to knock me out, even if I'm especially defensive. So Vaporeon is going to drop to Heatran. I'm like, whoa, didn't see that coming. Grassy Surge actually disappears, so he actually timed that beautifully. And I'm going to make the play into Mew this time, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to Focus Blast him, we'll be fine, you know? He's going to switch out Fearing the Fighting type move into Red Bull his Tapu Bulu, which this Mew, by the way, is designed to outspeed Tapu Bulu if it's Adamant. Max speed Tapu Bulu with Adamant Nature hits 127. I have 60 speed, being Modest Nature, to outspeed it by 1 point, hitting 128. So, Tapu Bulu's Grassy Surge is going to come right back up. And I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Focus Blast. Fortunately, I hit. That does relatively nothing, honestly. He gets a defense drop, special defense drop, which is great. So I'm like, okay, now I can fire off an Ice Beam. But Tapu Bulu ends up being faster than me. I'm like, how are you faster than me? Did I do something wrong? But no, he's actually a Scarf Tapu Bulu this time. Getting Grassy Surge recovery, doing a lot of damage to me. Choice Scarf, Adamant Nature, but the Ice Beam is going to come off, and because I am Modest Nature, I am able to secure the kill with my Ice Beam. Killing off this thing, which is great. I get Grassy Surge recovery, putting me above 50% now. So we're good there. He goes to Espeon, and I'm like, okay, nope, I'm not staying in on that. Thank you, not staying in on that. I'm going to switch into Ferrothorn because that's all I have as far as walls are concerned. So he's going to go ahead and fire off his Shadow Ball, which should do relatively nothing. Does something, but not too much. Grassy Surge is going to come up, so it kind of mitigates the damage a little bit. He's going to fire off Hidden Power Fire here, and he's going to get a crit. But ironically, I lived the crit. I don't know how I lived the crit. Oh, it wasn't that? I don't think it was a crit. I don't know. Oh, I got the crit knockoff. Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna live the Hidden Power Fire, non-crit, by the way. But how I lived off an Espeon, I don't know. Especially since I believe it was Life Orb. I don't remember. It could have been screens this week too. I don't remember. But okay, the knockoff crit did not matter. I would have killed it regardless. The critical hit did not matter. I don't believe it did. Because I could have killed it in one shot anyway. I believe. Because I was 8 attack Adamant Nature, or Brave Nature, so I would have been able to kill it with that in mind regardless. So I don't think the knockoff crit mattered there. Let me know if it did though in the comment section down below. I knocked off his leftovers, so he was actually a bulky set. So maybe the crit did matter. I don't know. Let me know down below. I don't think it did, though. I'm going to get Rice Surge Recovery here. And he is going to go right back into Heatran. This Heatran's putting a lot of pressure on me this game. And I'm going to go ahead and put rocks up. As he does the same thing. We both exchange rocks. Right here. And then Ferrothorn is going to die to the Flamethrower on the next turn. Because I didn't feel safe switching anything in. Grassy Surge is going to come up for both of us. Well, Heatran didn't need it because he was full HP, but I get Grassy Surge. He fires off the Flamethrower as the Grassy Surge disappears. And I'm going to drop to the Flamethrower because I wasn't going to live it anyway. So Ferrothorn is going to drop. I do sack it there. As now I go back into Mew, take some Stealth Rocks damage, which is unfortunate. And then I'm going to fire off a Focus Blast because in the Team Builder, I contemplated between Fire Blast or Fightinium Z and Electrium Z, and I decided to go with Electrium Z because of the Suicune. But because of that, I don't have the ability to kill him off in one shot because Focus Blast 2-hit KOs depending on damage roll. It does 2-hit KOs depending on damage roll. I get a crit there. The crit did not matter. I would have had to 2-hit KO him anyway. The damage output, I think, was like 57 to 67%, depending on damage rolls, depending on how he was built. The crit didn't matter. The crit was unfortunate. It didn't matter as far as being able to kill it. It did, however, matter as far as, like, longevity for the Heatran. So that's something to keep in mind. Crit did matter as far as, like, preserving the Heatran. It's unfortunate he can't preserve the Heatran now. If he hadn't gotten a crit, he would have been able to preserve the Heatran, preserving differential. But besides differential, that doesn't really change anything. So there's the Flamethrower. I'm bulky, so I can take the hit. It hurts. Oh, I can't take the hit. Never mind. Never mind. He is going to die into an offensive Heatran, probably. And then I go to Mega Pinsir. I'm like, okay, well, the Grassy Surge is gone, so I'm going to take Rocks now. Mega Evolve and click Earthquake, kill this thing off. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to Mega Evolve. And then we're going to click Earthquake here because I can't, because y'all would think, why would you switch a Mega Pinsir who's clearly weak to it into a Fire type only to potentially die? Well, I have Earthquake, so I can kill that thing off. I could also click Close Combat there, but I click Earthquake there just to secure the kill without taking a defense skill. Post-battle, he asked me, why you click an Earthquake? Why you have Earthquake if I have a type of blue with Grassy Surge? And my answer to that is late game. So Heatran is going to drop. Finally, that stupid thing dropped. Into his Suicune, which Frustration, depending on if it's physical defensive or special defensive, actually does 2-hit KO after Stealth Rocks. Physical defensive gets 2-hit KO'd, as well as special defensive, but yeah. Here's the Frustration. It does, depending, it's a very close to 2-hit KO. I can't guarantee it 2-hit KOs, but it is very close to it. He's actually going to set up the Tailwind here, and go ahead and let me sack here with or he's actually going to preserve it, actually, update. He preserves it into Armaldo. I'm like, okay, well, I know Armaldo's faster than me now. So he's going to take Rocks, and I'm going to go ahead and fire off a nice and quick, powerful Quick Attack, because I knew, okay, here's my reason for Quick Attack. Because I knew that Suicune was faster than me, and I wanted to get off chip damage before I got burned with Scald. But Armaldo comes in, and I know Armaldo's faster than me too, so again, damage before, leftovers come up, damage before death, you know, that's my thought process there. So I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Quick Attack, do some chip, nice and chip damage. He goes into Rock Slide there. Unfortunately, he does miss. He gets Leftovers Recovery, and then I believe I fire off another Quick Attack. Yep, another Quick Attack. There's the Rock Slide that is able to pick me up. So Mega Pinsir is going to drop to a Rock Slide from Armaldo. He gets Leftovers Recovery. His Tailwind actually disintegrates here. And then I go into my Jolteon to try to finish up the game here. He's actually going to sack the Armaldo after clicking off Aqua Jet to get some chip damage off on me. I'm going to fire off a Thunderbolt. I am able to pick up the Armaldo here, dropping this differential to I think a 1-0. We're going to take Life Orb damage, obviously. Galvantula comes in, takes takes rocks. And remember, this thing is scarfed, so he's going to outspeed me now. Click off Bug Buzz. I didn't realize he was scarfed until this moment right here. I am able to live, okay. The reason why I lived there is because it was a damage roll, and he got the absolute minimum roll. I do apologize for that, but, you know, Hidden Power Ice is not going to secure it. I thought it would, but it didn't. Life Orb is going to kill me off. Nobody claims that kill. It's a passive death. But into Crobat here okay, this last couple turns I made misplays as well. Rocks are going to take their effect. I'm going to click Brave Bird here. As he clicks Bug Buzz, I am able to live the hit because of another low roll. On this turn, I click Brave Bird. If I had clicked Cross Poison twice, I would have won the game. I click Brave Bird here, not thinking, oh wait, he's going to die, even if I click Cross Poison. He dies to Brave Bird. He does. He dies to Brave Bird. But so do I. Which means that in a 1-0 fashion, Mr. Fake Drive and the New York Metapoods secure the win over the Texan Clearbodies. He still had his Heat turn left. I couldn't click Cross Poison safely, but I could have clicked well, at that point it depended on where he was as far as HP was concerned, where he was, HP wise, and I believe he was at a range where Cross Poison on Galvantula and U-turn from Crobat onto him might have killed him. I might have had to click Brave Bird to his face, but I would have reduced the differential to 0-0, no definitive differential. So differential-wise, it would have mattered. We would have tied instead of losing, but hindsight's 20/20. I realized right after the game, I was like, wait, I could have done this. Hindsight's 20/20 though. You live and learn, you know? But with that being said, that is our week 5 game against the New York Metapoods. But yeah, until the next little international video, which will be an update video regarding the weeks 6, 7, and 8, because of how late I'm recording this. I'll see you guys again in our next video. But until then, this is your coach for the Texan Clearbodies. My name is Metaghostman, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.